We're assuming, since you're watching this video, that you're also disappointed in the gas pedal response of your vehicle.
This is supposed to fix that. In this video, we're going to show you how it works, all the details on how to install it, and our honest review on its operation and performance. This is Wanderlust Overland. Get to there.
Let me see it.
No, get your own.
I want to see.
No, get your own.
We've dealt with our 4Runner sluggish acceleration for nearly 2 years now. It's time we did something about it.
Now the problem isn't that the engine doesn't have enough power. 270 horsepower should give it enough get up and go. The problem is we don't have total control through our gas pedal on how fast the vehicle accelerates. Now it used to be that the gas pedal was attached to the engine, the throttle body or carburetor, that shows you how old I am, through a cable. Now it's all done electronically. By pressing down on the pedal, you're just merely sending a suggestion. The car's computer is really controlling it, tailoring it mostly for fuel efficiency and smoothness. That's why the engine seems like it's underpowered.
Something to keep in mind, this in no way increases horsepower or fuel economy. Its only purpose is to improve throttle response.
Now before looking into a device like this, our thought was, why not just push farther down on the pedal if you wanted a better response? Through our research, we found out that that's not the case at all. You see, there's an actual delay built into the vehicle's computer. The intake on your engine is actually opening slower than your foot is pressing down. This is designed to reduce that delay. Now there's a video on the Sprint Booster website that illustrates that delay far better than I just did with my hands. We put a link to it in the video description below.
We're going to do something we don't ever do, an unboxing of a product, but a little different than the way others do it. Since they always have to get their nose in where it doesn't belong, we're going to let them do it. Ready? Open it! Well, that wasn't a very good idea.
No, it wasn't. Anyways, here's some instructions. This is the controller unit right there. This is the harness that goes down by the gas pedal, and a piece of double-sided tape and a zip tie. Now this controller, it can be put pretty much anywhere you want it. If you don't want it out here on the dash at all, you can actually just put it up behind the dash with a zip tie. Or another thing you can do is once you have it set to the right mode, the mode that you want, you can actually unplug it from the harness down at the gas pedal, and that harness down there will remember what setting you had this set at. Then you can just take this and put it in the glove box or wherever. We're going to put our controller down here on this switch blank using the double-sided tape that they supplied. It'll go right there. Now before we go any further, on the side of this controller there's a little teeny tiny switch right here. You have to switch this to whether you have an automatic transmission or a manual. And put it where we want it. Which is right there. We have our wire from our controller run over to the gas pedal. Now we can plug it into this harness.
Wait, don't plug that harness in yet. The instructions say take the key out of the ignition, open the vehicle's door, and wait 10 minutes.
Really? What for?
It says this step is important to allow the CAN bus system to complete the diagnostic testing and avoid having the check engine light come on.
All right, take a break.
Dad, something terrible has happened. Mr. Saunders' real name is Siggy Sanders.
I can't believe it.
I heard him tell Kincaid not to pay us a cent, and he's planning to blow up our well, so...
Time.
Now, when I get inside, you boys let it go. Now, let's do this job right.
So this is where the new harness plugs in. We simply unplug it. Now before we plug our new harness in, these right here are some heater lines, and they get really hot. So what we're going to do is they come really close to our new wiring. So what we're going to do is take some of this tape, this reflective tape, and put it on these lines. That'll help protect our wires.
You can find this in the heating and air conditioning aisle in most hardware stores.
So now we can just plug in this side and then plug this end into the pedal assembly. And that's it. A little bit of zip tying these wires up nice and tight, and we'll be all set.
There are 3 modes to choose from. No light means it's off and it's using the vehicle settings. The green light right here means that it's in sport mode. Press it again. The red light means that it's in race mode. Now, sport and race modes each have 9 different intensities that you can choose to suit your needs. There's an anti-theft feature where you can disable the pedal by entering a PIN code, and a valet mode which limits acceleration. All that is well explained in the directions that come with the kit. Since we're brand new to this thing, we're starting out here in sports mode 1, the lowest intensity, so we can try it out. That was a little bit faster. Let's increase it a little bit. Well, that was even better. Let's try race mode. That's more like it. I think I'm going to take it all the way up to race 9.
Oh God. For those of you who don't know, this is actually Mary's daily driver. She puts on well over 300 miles a week on it. Everything from 80 miles an hour on the interstate to stop and go city traffic. So what's your experience now passing cars or just getting out of the way of cars on the interstate?
Getting out of the way. It's before I used to have to plan well ahead of time to pass someone, and now it's a much more instant response. When I push on the gas pedal, I go.
So what's your overall take on the before and after?
Well, I think it's just a much more fun experience to drive now. It's not just a soccer mom SUV anymore. It's got some oomph.
It does. It's a lot sportier, I think.
Yeah.
That's my experience with it, is at like 70, 80 miles an hour, if you put down the pedal, it does come out of the one-to-one lockup mode a little bit easier, which I like. Before, you press down on the accelerator, wanting it to kick down a little bit, even down into a lower gear, and it just wouldn't do that.
Well, or there was a delay.
Yeah, a real nuisance of a delay. But that's gone now, especially in the in the middle to upper sport modes. Race, I don't use race that much because
I do.
She likes it. So on that, what is your favorite mode?
Of course, race.
I hope not.
Okay, so here are a few questions I think some of you viewers may have. Why the sprint booster over the pedal commander?
They're basically the same. But what sold me on the Sprint Booster was the controlling unit itself. It's much smaller, much more discreet on the dashboard. That's about it.
Another question, does this void the factory warranty?
I have no idea, but if there is a problem and you have to take it into the dealership, all you have to do is unplug it and no one will ever know that it was ever on there. What else?
Does it improve fuel economy?
No, we don't have enough data. We haven't been driving it long enough to get enough data to confirm or deny that it gets better mileage. I can't imagine it does. I think that you'd get the best fuel economy just with the factory settings, with the factory throttle curve. But like I said, we don't have enough data. I wouldn't count on your fuel mileage to improve with this.
So what's your favorite mode and why?
I'm pretty conservative with it. I just like sport, like 5 or 6. That's plenty. You know, coming off the line, off from a stop sign or something.
What about the interstate though? What about passing people? What about
I don't pass people on the interstate. Let them pass me. I'm in no big hurry.
Coming off a ramp, getting onto the interstate.
Well, the sport mode, that's fine for that too. It's a lot better than stock, getting up to speed.
It is. I just like race. It's kind of fun.
It can be fun at certain times. I think it'll be fun playing around with the settings when we're off-roading. I believe that my preferred setting would be off when we're off-roading. I think that's one place where that delayed throttle response may be advantageous for that. You know, the slow speed crawling. To be honest with you, up until now, we had always thought these pedal controllers were unnecessary, kind of a gimmick thing. We always thought that you just put your foot down further if you wanted to go faster, but that's really not the case. But after installing this, we've noticed a huge difference in the throttle response and a different way that the throttle responds to your gas pedal. It's much different and something that you just cannot get by just putting your foot down further. Turns out that the Sprint Booster does everything that it claims to do. So before you leave, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to get notified when we upload a new video.
And don't forget to like us on Facebook and...
No, follow us on Facebook.
And don't forget to follow us on Facebook and like us on Instagram.
Something like that anyways. Find us on Instagram and Facebook.